Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Goins, nurse practitioner. And one of the most important questions when someone is considering to lose weight or try a new diet is they're always told, you need to talk with a provider first. It's like, why? Why do I have to go to a provider to learn that I already need to lose weight? Well, there's a reason for that. First, we want to make sure that your health is okay. Yeah, you're overweight, but you can still be in fairly good health, but you might also have some health problems, or you need some guidance with losing this weight. Maybe you need somebody to give you some instructions or, some information, or maybe you just need to check in on a regular basis so that you can actually see the weight. And if you're looking at any kind of surgery or anything, you might need documentation to show that you've actually been seeing a provider, what your vital signs are, so there's a baseline, and how much weight have you been losing. So you may need some documentation for that. People that are looking at getting any kind of gastric surgery need to see a provider for so many months prior to the surgery to get ready for that. They need to show that they're losing weight. They need to have their vital signs. And vital signs is your blood pressure, your temperature, your respirations, your BMI, and then lab work. Are you a diabetic? Do you have a thyroid problems? Are your kidneys functioning okay? There's a lot of reasons that you could put on weight that has nothing to do with your eating habits. So making sure that you don't need to have medicine on board while you're doing this is important. The other thing too is with a gastric bypass surgery, you're going to need to be on minerals and vitamins and certain supplements because your body's going to need that faster than the food intake will process that. So there's a lot of things to consider here, and a lot of people don't always have all this information. So this is a good time to schedule an appointment with a provider. Your insurance will pay for a well-adult, well-child visit to where you can go in and check your vitals and your health. And then of course also there are many cash and carry and concierge companies that will also do the same thing and give you more information. So as a provider, what would I do when you came in to see me? Well, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to do the vital signs. So we're going to do a BMI, you're going to height and your weight. We're going to do your blood pressure, make sure you don't have any hypertension. And those guidelines have changed in 2017 again. So it's kind of important if you're in that range. Want to make sure your respirations are okay. Do you need to quit smoking? Are you having some issues there? Are you getting enough oxygen in, which is called saturations? Then also we need to find out, are you having any kind of temperature problems? Regulation of your temperature could be thrown off by many various health problems. So that will be something to consider as well. So we can also draw some blood and we can find out if your white blood cells are okay. Are you anemic? Do you need to be taking some iron? That can throw off your body as well. Your thyroid's right here. Is it doing what it's supposed to be doing? Is it making you too fat, making you too thin? Is it turning you into Speedy Gonzales, or is it turning you into a slug? You might need to be on medications to regulate that, and just by regulating that, we could put you into your regular body weight that you're supposed to be. So that needs to be watched more frequently depending on what's going on. Unfortunately, not all of us have thyroid problems. Some of it is actually the eating, the food that we're taking. What kind of food are you eating? Do you know anything about food? Do you know it's consisting of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins? What does that mean? Where do you go to get that information? How many calories are you supposed to be taking? Calorie content across the United States for the federal government said everybody's 2,000 calories. Well, unfortunately, 2,000 calories is too much for some people, and it'll make them overweight. Some people, if they're doing a lot of exercising, it's not enough calories. I've seen The Rock eat his cheat meals. Go Rock. I couldn't eat that much at one time. Loved to sit and visit with him. But it gives you some idea of just how much food is out there. And are you using it wisely? Biscuits and gravy versus a whole bunch of bacon and sausage. You can eat the same calories, but what they do in the body is completely different. Okay. The other thing too is you can also have a stress test done if you're having cardiac problems. Maybe you need to have what's called an EKG, where it lets us know that your heart is functioning properly. If you're over 50, you may need to find out that your intestinal tract, maybe you need a colonoscopy and to find out if there's any polyps, that you don't have diverticulitis or any other kind of issues with your stomach that might be inhibiting you from keeping weight on or taking weight off. So these are all just ideas of the different things that can be done during a well visit, the different talks, to find out if you are healthy enough to go on a diet. Maybe you need to take it slow. Maybe you need to go from couch potato to marathon, which is your goal, but it may take you a lot longer to get to marathon runner because you still got to get up off the couch, all right? So these are all things that you need to discuss, and being very realistic, your provider is going to be realistic with you, and they're going to say, you're not going to lose this overnight, but maybe in a couple months you might be able to take off at least 12 pounds, okay? So these are things that are very important before you go to try in any of the different diets that are out there. Always do check with a provider for a well visit. Make sure you are in good health and that you don't have any other what they call comorbidities where you need to stop smoking, or the alcohol or the type of food that you're eating needs to be eliminated, or maybe you really do have some health problems that we need to target in on, and we can fix those, and that may help some of the weight change for you. Or you're perfect, you're healthy as a horse, go at it, and best wishes on that. So do check with a provider. They have lots of paperwork behind their names, and they're all really good and really helpful. And if you don't like one, there's always another one that you can always talk to. You can always get a second opinion on that. All right? So I'm Dr. Lisa Goins, nurse practitioner, and I'm part of Couture Health Care, and we are here to couture your health.